Welcome to CBN4's Primetime News. I am your presenter, Sheena Harry. First off in our news, Kadi Consultants, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and the Banana Accompanying Measures, launched the training workshop in the value chain validation for farmers, agro-processors, stakeholders, and government and public sector personnel. Today begins the training for those engaged in increasing the value of staple commodities within the agricultural sector. Technical Officer in the Ministry of Agriculture, Winston McGlaw, explained what value chain analysis is all about.
Value chain analysis is not new, but it is indeed a novel approach that we are now engaging in analyzing the crops and livestock enterprises that we are dealing with in agriculture. In essence, what we're doing is looking at the entire chain. In the past, when we did our production planning and programming, we focused in agriculture, we focused only on production. And what you found was that towards the end of your project or your program, you would have achieved your targets. But let us assume that target is to produce so many tons of a product. You have the product, but then you discover there's some other problem which does not allow you to get that product to the consumer. And this is the basis for the whole approach of value chain analysis.
McGlaw stated that by examining all the processes involved from production to distribution to consumption, stakeholders can make informed decisions about the implementation of programs to alleviate any problems along the way. Maurice Wilson, a representative for Kadi, detailed what industries will be focused on.
This particular exercise, as you would have heard from my colleague Winston McGlaw, that it actually targets 5 commodities, the value chain related to these 5 commodities: banana, dasheen, cocoa, pork, and small ruminants. Well, small ruminant goats.
Both men emphasized that this training will be useful in other industries later on. Labor Commissioner Dr. Matthew Leblanc has called on Dominican teachers to highlight the effects of global warming in the classrooms. Here's Shanna Esprit.
Sheena, Dr. Leblanc says teachers may be able to become agents for change on the issue of global warming.
I urge you all teachers today that in light of the current challenges that are facing us with global warming, that in the classroom you continue to be that role model, and in your language that you would continue to instill these values in our children.
Leblanc told all teachers that their impact and function as a teacher goes far beyond the school.
The teachers are still very respected in our society. Many young men and young ladies who teach in the classroom become role models for the students, becomes mentors for the students, and the students actually emulate and wish to be like the teacher. So I think we need to be very aware of that influential and important function that we have in the society.
According to the Labor Commissioner, teachers need to be able to introduce the subject in a manner that the students can become sensitized to this threat and the challenge that is affecting not only Dominica but the world.
And we are hoping that with this sort of influence, not only the instruction, because knowledge is one thing, but our children not only have to be educated, but they need to be smart. Once they have learned and have the knowledge, how it is that they are going to use this knowledge now to have a positive impact on their homes, the society, in the community. How are they going to have an impact wherever they are, the workplace, wherever they are found, or wherever they are? How are they going to use this knowledge that they have gained from you teachers who are going to ensure that you form this new value?
Global warming is a gradual increase in the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere and its oceans, a change that is believed to be permanently changing the Earth's climate.
And also making our news headlines. A business establishment in Dominica has launched a new initiative aimed not only at highlighting the company, but other individuals and small businesses. J. Estefan and Company has named 4 A-Team brand ambassadors who will carry its messages through radios and television shows. Featured speaker at that launching, Giselle Estefan, said she is impressed with the team of dynamic media persons.
We are honored to announce our partnership with the infamous Mr. Felix Henderson. Good afternoon. Mr. Miguel Lavady, Dr. Lavady, Mr. Edrington James, Major Mystic, and last but not least, the very dynamic Miss J.L. Joseph, Lady J, as the A-Team brand ambassadors for J. Estefan and Company and its family of brands. This carefully chosen team will not only represent us and our message very well, but they will also inspire change for Estefans in our response and connection to our valued consumers.
The executive director at J. Estefan and Company Limited says the radio and television shows will also promote many aspects of Dominican life.
One of the ways we will showcase our brands and values is through the A-Team TV and radio show hosted by our brand ambassadors. We will, through this medium, highlight individuals, small businesses who are aspiring, as well as those who have achieved in their respective fields, both here and overseas. We are particularly interested in and encourage persons to aspire to inspire. Reach for your dreams and be an inspiration to others, showing that it is possible. Reach for your dreams and be an inspiration to others. Interestingly enough, many who aspire see Estefans as a place to shop, as they are cognizant of the fact that the savings that they will make by shopping through Estefans, they can use the frees up additional funds to achieve their goals. And we are very happy to be that place. And we will continue to take the appropriate steps to remain that place where Dominicans shop and save.
The A-Team show will cover a variety of topics appealing to all ages, and the subject matter will include fashion, business tips, parenting, humor, and healthy lifestyles, among others. And let's take a look at the A-Team.
Good night, everyone. It's an honor to be here tonight, representing Estefan as an ambassador.
To improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. That's how I want to start it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, invited guests, members of the media, distinguished colleagues of the A-Team. Today is a very exciting day for us all, as we witness a new era of synergistic partnership, change and innovation with Estefans. I'm extremely elated, of course, to be joining a company who prides itself in being indispensable.
Well, I must say I'm quite humbled, very happy to be part of what I think is innovative, forward-thinking, and as Mystic would say, futuristic. And it shows the direction that this company intends to go.
I'm very honored to be part of the A-Team. It's my first venture as a brand ambassador, and I'm honored to be the only lady among 4 gentlemen, I must say.
Next up in the news, as part of its new thrust to engage and foster a better relationship with the public, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, the ECCB, will launch its weekly public education podcast, which it dubs ECCB Connects. And ECCB Connects is designed to give the public a better understanding of the role and functions of the ECCB and how the operations of the bank affect the lives of the people of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. ECCB Connects also seeks to give the public a closer look at the ECCB answer questions from the public about the work and structure of the bank, and demonstrate how the ECCB contributes to the development of the people and the countries that it serves. Getting back into the news, Dominica is always seeking new and attractive ways to enhance the tourism sector on the island. It was fitting that the topic of tourism was raised at a press conference organized by L'Express des Îles. Managing Director of L'Express des Îles, Roland Belmer, has underscored the need for a new tourist attraction here in Dominica.
Something else that impacts us is that, in fact, there's in Dominica nothing new. When I say nothing new, it's regarding the tourism industry. And now for years, that's true, we are there for 27 years, and we have in 27 years, we have not seen so many, in the last 10 years, so many new projects getting out. And there's a need for the destination to have something that happens that will boost and attract the people.
And Belner made reference to the Cabrits Resort Kempinski project, which is being developed by Range Developments under the Citizenship by Investment program. And he hopes that the buzz about the completed project and the resort itself will attract tourists to the island. The resort is located at Douglas Bay in the Cabrits on the north shore of the island, and that's close to the town of Portsmouth.
And I heard about the Kempinski project to come, and we are really looking at it because we do think that this hotel opening here could be a big opportunity to have our figures going up again. Because whatever the customers cannot afford to stay in this place, that will be a deluxe place, by the impact it will have, because they will speak about Dominica, will attract visitors to come here and try it again.
And that hotel, it's expected to open in 2018. And a prominent businessman in Dominica, he has highlighted 3 undertakings that the country needs to embark upon to develop the structure of tourism on the island. Here's Shanna Esprit.
Managing Director Gary Aird listed the construction of flag hotels, a decrease in prices on commodities and services, and to enhance nightlife are 3 things that could help boost tourism.
Already on stream to have a couple of flag hotels that will put you out there in the international market, which will do the advertising for you. The other thing which perhaps impacts on us is the question of service. Yes, very friendly and so on, but sometimes the friendliness doesn't go with what you are being offered, what you're getting. It's quite expensive to come here if you want to have a weekend. So the people, hotels, guest houses, I know everybody has their problems, but maybe some people should do what L'Express is doing. They realize the situation, they realize the ability of people, or not to be able to afford what they want, so they're dropping their prices. So sometimes it is better to have something than nothing. So I think that's number 2. Number 3, I think perhaps well, the infrastructure is there, but maybe more variety of things. Sometimes nightlife, as they refer to it. I mean, once the sun sets, you're in your hotel, unless it's a festival or a weekend. There's very little to do.
Aird stated that the tourism sector should cater to the needs of all types of tourists into the country.
In the diving, they're not going to come here and drink because the next day they have to do a dive and they have to have a clear head. But there are people who come and would like to go out and, you know, do something different. So those 3 things, you didn't give me much chance to.
And Sheena, Aird also added that while a lot of people may see the need for an international airport in Dominica, what we really need is a better shuttle service between Dominica and the hubs.
You have them in Barbados, you have them in Antigua. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these airlines are cutting back their flights because of cost. So who is going to come here? If you go and spend the kind of money that you have to make this international airport, how are you going to pay back for it?
look at the difficulty it is to run Douglas Charles, Ed noted. He indicated that even now it is difficult to keep up the standard of the airport due to financial constraints. Shana Esprit, CBN4 News.
Also in the news headlines, a meeting was held in Newtown by the executive of the opposition United Workers' Party. Top priority on that agenda was bringing residents up to date on the executive stance with regards to the allegations made against a prominent member of the United Workers' Party, whom the party has asked to tender his resignation. Reports indicate that the main outcome of that meeting was a decision that the member meet with the leadership and management committee of the party. According to Dr. Thompson Fontaine, the gravity of the allegations is what sparked the move to seek the resignation. The member was recently accused, along with 2 other men, of inappropriate behavior with a minor, and Fontaine says that the executive has requested his resignation, but he has refused to do so. And it is that refusal which has prompted the party to take decisive action.
And so we have decided to meet with the constituents to explain the party's position on the matter, to explain that the party is being guided by the Constitution, which allows for convening of a special convention.
And UWP's National Executive Committee will host that special convention on April 24th at Maho if the member does not step down voluntarily by then. The meeting will allow constituents to provide their feedback. Fontaine explained that the member of the party does not believe it is fair to ask him to resign. And Fontaine emphasized, though, that this is not a death sentence for the member. He asserts that the party is merely asking this member to allow the party some breathing space and also to allow himself time to deal with the matter before the court, and if he is acquitted, he would be more than welcome to return and rejoin the party and even contest for leadership. And with that, we come to the end of this edition of the Primetime News right here on CBN4. We always appreciate you making us your first choice for the news. Be sure to download the CBN4 app in your app store to stay up to date, or visit our website at cbn4.com. On behalf of the entire team, thank you for watching.